Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP and a ton of other tokens as well. So just dive in and let's discuss a few things. So today we did see a major update from not only the SEC, but we also did see a few updates regarding a few of our favorite assets that we do talk about a little bit on this channel. We're going to be talking about those here in a second. But I will say this. The SEC's power overreach is absolutely disgusting at this point. We're going to be addressing this. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to go in depth on a few things as well and what we could be seeing going forward around some of these major exchanges in this market like Coinbase, Binance, etc. So let's just dive in and let's talk about this video here. This is from, the Squawk Box, aka Squawk Street. We do see SEC Gov Chairman Gary Gensler emphasizes the need for Bitcoin regulation. Now, this is actually interesting to me because recently, we did see talks about Bitcoin having a commodity-like basis to it, meaning that they pretty much gave Bitcoin the free pass. They said it's like the only one in this, space that is not a security. But now we are seeing a little bit more of a push towards regulations around Bitcoin and really kind of controlling it, which I've always said that we will see going forward. But listen closely to this video. It is about 2 minutes and 14 seconds long, but just listen closely to it.
Mr. Chairman, if this weekend David Faber and I wanted to get together and create a new coin, and we went to say, I don't know, make an outfit, let's call it dollar base. And we had a coin, and we suggested, you know what, let's leak this coin to some of our friends, and then we'll release it, and then we'll open it 40% higher. I would regard.
And sorry, the audio cut out there for a second, but it's all good.
That is not unlike Wobistics, a security that was created in the Sopranos. And yet this goes on every day, 200 at a time. How are we going to continue to let this kind of activity occur where there's blatant front running and people are getting hurt, and it just seems like they won't even let you interfere because Congress may actually not want you to be the cop on the beat?
Look, if you and David wanted to create a coin, I would suggest to you get good lawyers who understand the securities laws, and I hope those lawyers would advise you.
I love the fact that he says, go and get lawyers because we will come after you. That is the basis behind all of this, and I love the fact that Jim Cramer's trying to put on a show here and, play good guy, whatever, and, play into Gary Gensler's overreach of power. Listen, at the end of the day, there's no guidelines around this entire market. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, there's no rug pulls in this market, there's no scammy tokens or whatever, because I'm sure that all of you are probably aware, and you could probably even see it in the YouTube comments. A lot of people say, Nick, why aren't you regulating, your comment section? You guys have no idea how bad it has become. And this isn't just because of, crypto's a scam, crypto's this, crypto's that. No, it's all of these other platforms allowing this as well. Like YouTube and even Twitter allow for such scams to really kind of go on. We see, people impersonating, influencers on Twitter, on YouTube, and trying to get, individuals' seed phrases. They, get sent money. And again, do I think that this space needs regulation? Sure, I do believe that it does because there is a lot of scams. There's a lot of, blatant rug pulls. But it's also the idea that we need regulation that is also going to empower these companies, US-based companies as well, to continue to innovate and build further within their overall goals and missions. But listen closely to the rest of this.
Because the public would be investing based on your and David's entrepreneurial efforts. And you'd probably have a website, you'd probably be marketing it in some way. That meets the test of what's called an investment contract or a security. And yes, you and David would need to register. And if there was a platform, trading platform or an exchange that listed your token, the David Kramer token, if I might, then that platform listing your token needs to register as an exchange.
And listen to what he just said there, because that is going to play a pivotal role going forward in this video. It needs to register as an exchange. But listen for the rest of this video.
That's the plain and simple truth of it. Congress passed these laws to protect the public. It's about raising money from the public. It is also about the trading venues, the exchanges. And we've benefited for 88 years by this regime. I think it's helped economic growth. It's protected the investing public. It's also helped issuers tap into the best capital market. So I do ask you if you and David start that token to get good legal advice and follow the securities laws.
I'm calling Paul.
And there is no securities laws around crypto. I mean, this is the biggest issue here, right? Like, you look at a lot of the regulations around crypto, there's really nothing here to actually even follow a guideline. But today we did see a full-on announcement. This is from Johnny Deaton. He's quoting this tweet. It says, the SEC is using the Wally case as a case or a way of attempting to declare these 9 crypto assets as securities without having to face Coinbase's legal team. The SEC has learned lessons from facing Ripple's legal team. And we do see down here, thanks for sharing the article. The article shows the mistake of thinking the SEC is not advancing its strategy of gaining control over cryptos just because it has faced setbacks and some procedural defeats in the Ripple matter. Strategy is everything. We do see here new, more aggressive strategy by the SEC. The SEC functionally can argue 11 cases in 9 cases allegedly that create certain digital assets are improperly issued securities. 1 case against the named defendants and securities law violations, and 1 case impliedly against all intermediaries that offer trading in those 9 digital assets to U.S. customers. This is a big deal. And those specific assets are going to be a surprise to a lot of people, but a few, communities have been announcing this. They are talking about Zcash here. They're talking about a few other ones too, like Zen and even XLM. We do see here, get ready Zcash community. Looks like Zcash or ZEC is on the next firing line in Gary Gensler's war on crypto. We do see a rapidly evolving situation for Zex, Zen, and even XLM treatment by the SEC. This is a big issue. I would say this is a major warning to anybody who is sitting on the sideline saying, all right, I think that I need to sell. Listen, I'm just going to say it right now. I have learned my lesson with XRP and the entire SEC case. I remember when the case first dropped, everyone was panicking. I don't believe anything that the SEC is saying here. The SEC at some point in time will be proven wrong. And I think that this is an absolute ridiculous overreach of power. And we even do see over here, is Stellar in the firing line and XLM regarded by the SEC as a security? This article suggests, based on recent Gary Gensler, grayscale filings, that XLM and 2 other coins may be viewed by the SEC as securities. And we have it down here. The SEC is adding to its list of coins it considers are securities. Of course, Grayscale's large Bitcoin and Ether holdings are not apparently a problem. The free pass and regulator picking winners and losers in practice, 100%. This is a big issue. And of course, here you guys have those 3 tokens yet again. Gary Gensler's war on crypto is heating up. And this is going to continue to go on and on and on. This needs to stop. We really cannot afford to miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime by welcoming these U.S.-based companies to not only further innovate, but build revolutionizing payment networks, payment systems, and technology that could ultimately change the entire landscape of finance and many industries as well. And also, on the next slide here, we have Coinbase files, SEC petition calling for fair crypto regulation. The biggest issue here from Coinbase, and a lot of people will say, like, Coinbase, go ahead and, relist XRP, this, that, whatever. You guys have to understand that Coinbase is on a very tight rope right now. Remember what I said back over here, when he said that the exchange needs to file as an exchange? Basically, they have to go through a few things. They have to register. We do see over here, the SEC approved Coinbase going public even though Coinbase is not a registered broker dealer. And this is from Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. The SEC now seems to take the position when they sued us, hey, XRP is a security and always has been, but they approved Coinbase going public even though Coinbase is not a registered broker dealer. And this is actually bad. Why is this bad? Well, we are seeing Coinbase fight the good fight, and I do love to see that. But also remember, Coinbase could be in the the target range for the SEC to not only fire at but also fully attack. We are seeing a major war on crypto from the SEC. They're on a war path. We've been addressing this for a while now, going back even just a year ago. It has spiraled out of control. The SEC is I would say that they are just going after anything and everything in this market at this point. Remember what we said about XRP initially on. Any token at this point now is going to be claimed as a security, that they deem a security. They're picking winners and losers. This is the biggest problem in the space, and it needs to stop. And also, I love the fact that Crypto Airy tweeted this out as well. She says, Gensler paves the way for 200 Chinese firms to stay on the New York Stock Exchange under the narrative of protecting the investor. What about paving the way of American companies? And here you guys have this minute and 37 long, or minute and 37 second long video. Listen closely.
Is this the one? Is this the one?
Well, this, as I've been saying, this proof will still be in the pudding, but this is unprecedented. Tom just said something about the data, and I'm not talking about the data that you were referencing, but when investors invest in companies, they need to ensure they look at financial data, and they need to know that that financial data has been checked by auditors. And guess what? That the auditors have somebody looking over their shoulder as well, that there's somebody auditing the auditors. And that's our basic system of checking data in our capital markets. And 20 years ago, Congress passed a law, and 20 years later, the Chinese still had not complied with that law about allowing inspections of the auditors. We have this unprecedented arrangement signed this morning, but we still need to see over the next several months whether there'll be compliance and whether our inspectors from the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board will be able to do the inspections when they go to Asia.
The first step towards avoiding the delisting of about 200 Chinese firms from the New York Stock Exchange has been completed. I don't disagree. This is a very good step for the retail investor who is wanting to invest in a Chinese company, but you have to look at where his focus is. The focus should be first and foremost on protecting U.S. businesses, but I see this as protecting Chinese businesses.
And I completely agree with her. I mean, at the end of the day, why are we not welcoming in innovation in the United States? Why are we not allowing for these companies to come in and discuss the issues that apparently they're not following, right? These guidelines that the SEC keeps throwing around. There is no guidelines. There's no transparency around crypto. This is the biggest issue. And I finished this video off with this 55-second long video from Tim Draper, absolutely embarrassing Gary Gensler, and also talking about equity around this entire market, or sorry, equality. Sorry, I read this as equity, but I mean, it is for equity, equality. But yeah, I mean, when we really kind of look at this market, it is all picking winners and losers. Shout out to JBlessed901 for this video, but listen closely for this.
Creates a great platform for everybody to participate equally. I mean, fairly and equally. Because if everybody participates, then they all have a pretty good shot at participating in this. This is going to be the biggest deal in the history of the universe. We have never seen a technology that can potentially affect this many trillion-dollar industries. Never. And this is going to be it. And you want everybody to be able to participate. So if somehow you put a law in there that says you got to be a millionaire to participate, well, that's what the law does say. That's what it says. Wait, it is what it says. First say that.
No, it says, no.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. Okay.
And I do apologize for that audio getting really, really loud at the end there. But yeah, I mean, this is exactly the issue around this entire space. Is you have, it's almost like a monopoly system of regulatory stance. This is such a bad issue. I mean, when you really kind of look at this space is not going to thrive without proper regulatory stance and without proper guidelines to follow. These companies are, shooting shots in the dark, and there's nothing for them to follow. There's nothing for them to see, read, whatever. Even Ripple was one of the most compliant companies out there. They were meeting with the SEC on a weekly basis. And look at what ended up happening. This is not a good look for the U.S. innovation around technology. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As this is up to you all, have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.